Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video here on our YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be doing another one of these NFL mock draft. I believe this is now the fifth one on the channel. Maybe it's fourth. But I believe it's fifth. We're going to be going over my mock draft 5.0 for the NFL draft. It's literally, I think, 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away. I will do one more mock draft next week, and then I think we're doing a mock draft today. We're doing another mock draft next week. We're going to probably do one Tuesday. We're probably going to do Wednesday, and then Thursday I will upload my final mock draft, and we will be live next Thursday on the channel. I'll go over more details next week. When we get there. And I will also be live for round two and round two and round three of the draft on Friday. So without further ado, let's start this mock draft off. We have the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to be doing it how I've seen the rumors have gone, and it pretty much seems like Cam Ward is locked in number one. I think at this rate, it would be shocking if Cam Ward's not number one. Will Levis, I mean, it looks like Tennessee is going to go with Cam Ward. If I'm Tennessee, you got to be looking at ways to build around Cam Ward in this draft. It seems like Cam Ward, days pass, Cam Ward is locked in to that number one pick. Number two, Cleveland. The going rumor is it's Travis Hunter. It could be a Duke Carter. Could also be Shedeur Sanders, but it seems like I'm going with the rumors. And it's seeming like Travis Hunter will be a Cleveland Brown. I think Cleveland can't go wrong with this selection. I think Travis Hunter is going to be a lockdown corner. You pair him with Denzel Ward. Is Greg Newsome still with the Browns? You still got him. I don't know if Greedy Williams is still there, but you add him to that room. If Greedy Williams is not there, I apologize. And then also with Travis Hunter, you also have a receiver. Now, will he play both sides of the ball? Probably not. He's probably going to start off the corner, maybe with some packages as a receiver. But the Cleveland Browns get two guys in one. I feel like that is a generational player for Cleveland. And yeah, Cleveland Browns get a guy. Next up, Shedeur Sanders. I still have him going to the Giants. I think in one of my mock drafts I will do next week, I will do a scenario if Shedeur Sanders falls, because it seems like he could fall in the mock draft. I think he's really good. I don't think if he falls, I think whatever team he goes to he's going to do great. Shedeur Sanders is good. I get it. The Giants have Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, but let's be honest, folks. Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson ain't going to be the guy in New York. And the good part about if you put Shedeur in New York, if I would have talked about this last week, is Shedeur is not going to be able to play. Shedeur won't play right away. He'll be sitting behind two guys who've been in the league. They'll be his mentor. And, Shedeur is going to learn, grow, and maybe he'll become even a better quarterback sitting behind Russell Wilson, a Super Bowl-led quarterback, Jameis Winston, a guy who's been a veteran in this league. So Shedeur goes to New York, gets to sit behind those two guys. Giants get their guy for the future because let's be honest, Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston are not their guys for the future. The New England Patriots, last week we had them take in Membu. I'm going to have them take Abdul Carter, address that edge. I mean, you can't go wrong with Abdul Carter or Membu or Will Campbell. But Mike Vrabel, defensive guy. You're in an AFC East with Justin Fields, a guy who can run. You got Josh Allen who can run. You got Tua Tagovailoa. In the division, you got good quarterbacks. Not really. Tua's not a good quarterback. That's another point for another story. I am a Dolphins fan, but I'm not a big Tua guy. But the Patriots, they add to that D-line. Vrabel, defense guy, gets an edge rusher to add to that room along with Milton Williams and Harold Landry. Abdul Carter, everything's also cleared up. It seems like Abdul Carter is coming along nice with his injury. So it seems like he'll probably be ready for week one. But the Patriots are also weak at D-line. So either they go D-line or O-line. But I feel like Abdul Carter is he's probably the best edge rusher in this class. And the Patriots just snag him at 4. Next up, the Jaguars. We have them going interior with Mason Graham. Jaguars need help on the interior D-line. Trevor Walker is really their best pass rusher. Eric Armstead's up there in age. They really have nobody else on that interior D-line. I've been giving the Jaguars Mason Graham. It seems like a perfect fit for Jacksonville there. Not really much to talk about there. Again, Ashton Jeanty to the Raiders. It seems like as the rumors go on, Ashton Jeanty will be a Raider. Now, there could be a scenario he doesn't go to the Raiders, and maybe the Raiders go, if Shedeur Sanders falls, they take Shedeur, or maybe they take somebody else, and then Genty falls down to the Bears. I know Mr. Wynn in our YouTube chat, when we do live streams playing MLB The Show and Madden, he would love Ashton Genty to be a Bear, and I think that would be a good fit for him, too. It just seems like Ashton Genty is going to be a Raider. Pete Carroll wants to run the ball. Geno Smith is their quarterback there. Genty, I think, could take the pressure off Mr. Smith, and Pete Carroll loves running the ball, so he gets his guy. New York Jets. I had them taking Amon Membu. Amron Menbu. Still trying to pronounce his name. He's probably gonna. He's been rising. He had a good combine. He played himself into a top 10. I think. Jets. They need help on the O-line. I know they took Fashanu last year, but they still need help. I like Justin Fields. I'm a big Justin Fields guy. I hope he no offense, I kind of hope he stinks on the Jets. Sorry. I'm a Dolphins fan. I got to get my AFC East jabs in there. Fun, friendly rivalry. You know what I mean? But yeah, Justin Fields, isn't he been dealing with injuries or whatnot? You want to keep Justin Fields healthy. Hey, maybe Justin Fields could end up being the guy in New York. He was on his way in Pittsburgh. I'm surprised Pittsburgh did not, pay him. I thought he would do wonders in Pittsburgh. Thought he was a Tomlin guy, but I don't know. Anyway, Membu, Lions, they built the trenches over there. Aaron Glenn, he's a defense guy, yes, but you need to build the trenches, so he's going to be looking at that. Remember Penei Sewell at the Lions? Maybe I'm not saying this could be happening, but maybe Aaron Glenn views Membu as his Penei Sewell. I'm not saying Membu's going to be Penei Sewell. I'm just saying maybe Aaron Glenn sees Membu being his Penei Sewell. Not saying Membu's going to be Penei Sewell, but you get what I'm saying, hopefully. Panthers. I have them going with the Georgia linebacker, edge rusher, Jalen Walker. Now, last week, I think I had the Panthers taking Shamar Stewart, but I saw Todd McShay talking about Jalen Walker, and he was saying how he could go higher than we all expected. And I think Jalen Walker going right there at 8. Panthers need help on the edge. Jalen Walker, really good edge rusher. I love his tape. Love if the Dolphins got him at 13, but I don't think that's the case. But yeah, Jalen Walker, good edge rusher, can play a little linebacker. I think Todd McShay was talking about how he's going to be a primary and edge rusher, which ain't bad. The Panthers need help on the edge anyway. So yeah, Jalen Walker to the Panthers. Saints, I have them going Will Campbell. They need help on the O-line. Now, you could argue if Shedeur Sanders falls, the Saints could use him. It's been reported Derek Carr might not be ready to start the season because of his shoulder injury he's dealing with from last year. But sadly, Shedeur Sanders, we had him going to 3. Again, I said in one of my mock drafts, Will Campbell I'm high on Will Campbell. I think he has gold jacket potential. I've been saying it. I'm high on him, and I'm high on that Arizona receiver you see there, Tetrana McMillan. But again, Will Campbell, a lot of talk about the short arms, probably moving the guard. He thinks he can play tackle. We looked at the Saints O-line. You can put Will Campbell at left tackle, move the other guy to right tackle. You could put Will Campbell at right tackle and have the other guy play left tackle and make the other guy a bench roll. Or you can kick Will Campbell in the right guard or left tackle. I'm not sure if Will Campbell played any guard in his thing. I know someone called it out. But, some guys can move around on the O-line. If there's some guy, maybe these, I don't value the talent. I'm not a scout, guys. I'm just doing it how I would do it in Madden. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can plug and play if there's a guy that can do it. Now, I don't know a whole much about the Saints O-line, but that's certainly a possibility if the Saints elect to go with that. The Bears. I still think this is probably not going to happen, but I'm just going to stick with it for now. Omarion Hampton. I think this would be a shock. If he goes 10, I would, even though I'm predicting it, I would be shocked if he goes 10. I've been saying it. Ben Johnson was there when the Lions had Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. I get it. They have DeAndre Swift. I forget who else they have at running back, but Omarion Hampton, he's got a really good speed. He ran a good 40 time at the combine. This could be the lightning for Ben Johnson's offense, and I can see it now. A lot of people crapping on this pick, but I mean, a lot of people crapped on the Jahmyr Gibbs pick. And look at that. Look at them now. Look at those. Look at those people now. San Francisco 49ers. Oh yeah, I should mention this now. We don't do trades in our mock draft. We don't do trades. It's just where I put the player where the team is what they have. So I don't predict trades. It's much more fun to do it the way I'm doing. Anyway, the Niners, I have them selecting Will Johnson, the cornerback out of Michigan. Now, Will Johnson, I would love him in Miami. I would love him in the aqua and orange. But the Niners, they just lost Javius Ward. They have not really a lot of depth. I mean, would I say depth? I mean, a lot of unknowns in that 49er DB room. And Will Johnson, who is a really good corner, you add him to the room, you get a little help in that secondary. Will Johnson, national champion. I think he was a leader on that Michigan defense. Correct me if I'm wrong, but really good corner. He could help that 49ers secondary. I'm not saying he won't be a leader year one in the Niners, but I think the 49ers need some help there, especially with the loss of Javius Ward. I get it. The 49ers also need O-line, but Will Campbell is probably a top 10 pick, and he's there for the Niners. Next up for the Cowboys, I have them selecting the edge rusher, keeping the Texas boy home. I have them selecting Shemar Stewart. Regardless, the Cowboys have to pay Micah Parsons, or he's going to walk, or they're going to trade him. So that's kind of why they maybe need edge, but I don't know who their other edge rushers are. And Shemar Stewart had a really good combine. He had a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Potential. Now I get it. Shemar Stewart hasn't really had a good collegiate college career. We'll say it that way. I was collegiate career. That's what the word I was looking for. Which could turn some people off. I get that, but there's a lot of potential, a lot of upside with Shemar Stewart. Really good combine. And hey, maybe he's the next Micah Parsons, maybe for the Cowboys. I don't know. I'm not saying he's going to be Micah Parsons, but like he potentially could take over for Micah Parsons, I guess, if they move on from him. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Miami. I'm telling you right now, if this is how the board went for Miami, like if this is how the board went for Miami right now, if I'm Miami, I'm looking to trade back because we have a lot of holes. If you guys, I know none of you guys know about the Dolphins, but if you do, we have a lot of holes. We have a lot of holes on our team. And, you know, if this is how the board went, Will Johnson off the board, Shemar Stewart, I wouldn't mind him. I'm telling you, I'm not taking Gerard Barron. I'm not taking McMillan. I'm not taking Nolan at 13. Starks. Or if we take Tyler Warren, I'm going to be pissed the fuck off. Sorry for cussing. Kenneth Grant, I think it's a little too high. If I'm Miami, I'm looking to trade down. Maybe with the Bengals. Maybe if the Chargers. I don't know. I'm looking to trade down. But since we don't do trades in this mock draft, I have the Miami Dolphins taking a safety. Hopefully they take this guy, Nick M. Manwari. Nick Manwari had a really good combine. Dolphins need safety, and I think Nick Manwari could be a dog in Miami. We need some dogs in Miami. We need some people that bark and not just we need some dogs that can bark and not dogs that keep their mouth shut. And the Dolphins, if you guys know, we had Rashad Jones way back when. I'm not saying Nick Manwari is going to be Rashad Jones, but he could be our Rashad Jones. We need a leader in that secondary. This guy, they said at the combine, they were losing a spring game. He got benched. They were losing the spring game, came back out. That is the type of energy we need in Miami. We need a dog. We need a dog that ain't afraid to bite, and bark. That's who we need to take. No ifs, ands, or but. If we're trading down, cool. But if we're picking a player at 13, I hope it's Nick Manwari. Colts, I'm going Tyler Warren. Colts were in on Brock Bowers. I think they really want a tight end. I'm not saying Tyler Warren is nothing like Brock Bowers. Nothing like I've watched the film. There's nothing like Brock Bowers. But the Colts wanted Brock Bowers. They probably are going to want Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren can do it all. I love Tyler Warren. I swear to God, if the Miami Dolphins take him at 13, expect an epic rant on draft night. But anyway, we have them going to the Colts there. Falcons have them getting help on the edge with the Georgia boy, Mikael Williams. Now, Mikael Williams probably could go higher, but listen, I'm just doing what I want to do. Honestly, I'm just picking what I think these teams should pick. I'm not saying this is what they should do. I'm just giving them. I'm no talent evaluator, right? I'm just telling these teams, hey, you need this position. I'm going to give you this guy. Falcons need help on the edge. They do. Keep the Georgia kid home. It's seeming like these Georgia pass rushers are really good, so the Falcons might get a steal there. Go ahead, take the hometown boy. Cardinals, I have them getting help on the edge. I had them taking Mike Green, and I'm going to stick with that pick. They just got what was it, Josh Sweats? Maybe that's why they don't need edge. But is it Jonathan Gannon? I don't know what's the name of the Cardinals head coach. He comes from Philadelphia. He was defensive coordinator there. You can never have too many pass rushers. So he's going to go out there, get Mike Green. And yeah, Mike Green has a lot of upside, a lot of potential. Now, I don't know if it was character issues that might have hurt him, or the lack of competition that might cause him to fall, or the injury concerns. I forget what it was. I have to do my research. But I have Mike Green. Cardinals get another pass rusher to add to that room. Can never have too many pass rushers. The Bengals. I have them selecting Kenneth Grant, D tackle out of Michigan. Now, a lot of Dolphin fans that I'm friends with, they wouldn't mind Kenneth Grant at 13. I'm like, I'm okay with Kenneth Grant, but can we at least trade down and get more picks? Apparently, a lot of people are saying Kenneth Grant has much more not upside. A lot of people are saying Kenneth Grant is much better than Mason Graham in the Miami fan base. I don't know. You guys be the decision in the comment section. But I like Kenneth Grant. Will he be better than Mason Graham? I don't know. A lot of people have been saying that. I don't know if they're true or not. But I like Kenneth Grant. I wouldn't want him at 13 for Miami. I would take him. I would trade back and get him, but that's just my opinion. But Kenneth Grant, Bengals need help on the defense. They could go an edge here, but I don't know what the Trey Hendrickson situation is there. But we're going to give them Kenneth Grant. Seattle. I'm giving them Kelvin Banks Jr. Now, I get it. The Seattle GM doesn't like taking interior or O-lineman in the first round. Well, guess what? You need help on the O-line, okay? You can never trenches. That's why the Eagles won the Super Bowl. You have Sam Darnold as your quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're the Seattle GM, were you not watching the same game we are? Because Sam Darnold, that interior O-line of the Vikings got torched, and the Rams blew the doors off him. And guess what, Mr. Seahawks GM? I forget his name. You have to play the Rams twice a year, and Sam Darnold's going to have to play that same defense twice a year. So you would be a buffoon not getting an old lineman at this pick. Now, maybe he knows more than me. That's why he has a job. I guess that's true. But yeah, if you want Sam Darnold to get torched, then be my guest. Now, I think Kelvin Banks, I heard, is transitioning the guard. Again, maybe that was people saying that. I don't know if he's going to still be tackle. I have to read on Kelvin Banks. I don't know if anything's confirmed or not. But Kelvin Banks, if he's going to transition to guard, the Seattle gets their guard of the future, Hook'em Horns, and Kelvin Banks. Next up, the Bucks. I have them taking Tetarana McMillan. I still am butchering this guy's name, probably. I wonder if I can do trades. Oh, I can't offer trades because it's locked. I'm like, what? Tetarana McMillan. Now, you guys know I'm very high on Mr. McMillan. I think he has gold jacket potential. And it's seeming like every single time I'm looking at these mock draft, he is falling. And I've been saying he's like a top 10 pick. And it's now I come to the point where I think I'm trying to get the pick right. I'm trying to get a green on my mock draft in these coming weeks. And he's just seemingly fallen. It seems like this receiver class is really not that like good. There's not like a one true receiver in this class. That's according to some of the scouts. But, McMillan goes to the Bucks. You got to think about that. If you're the Bucks, Mike Evans is getting older. Chris Godwin's getting older. They're both dealing, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, they're getting banged up. They're old, right? You go get yourself like Mr. McMillan, who was a very beast at Arizona. I get it. His stock, of course, this year he was dealing with injuries. It's causing him to fall in this draft. But I'm high on McMillan. I think he's going to be a stud. Broncos. It just makes too much sense. They need help at tight end. Colston, Loveland. I don't. Again, I forget about Cole. I forgot about Colston Loveland, honestly, because he's been dealing with injuries. But Colton Loveland was really good in that Michigan offense when they won the national title. I just am blanking. I'm going to be honest. I all the research I've done in the last week trying to get back in the NFL scouting, I forgot about Colston Loveland. Someone comment down below. What is he good at? What is he bad at? I'm blanking on this guy because he did not. I don't think he did anything at the combine. That's why I'm forgetting. I don't know. But it seems like Colston Loveland's a perfect fit in that Denver offense. Where I've seen people mock Colston Loveland. I'm sorry. I forgot all about Colston Loveland, if I'm being honest. Pittsburgh Steelers. We're gonna have them select quarterback Jackson Dart. Now, I know you're thinking, Greg, that's a reach. According to PFF, he's like 141 in the class. Well, listen, Steelers need a quarterback. Skylar Thompson sucks. Mason Rudolph, granted, he beat the Dolphins, but he still sucks. The Steelers are waiting on Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what the fuck they're waiting for. Sorry for cussing. I've been trying to keep it PG, and I swear 2 times in this. Again, I got to be like Bango. I got to keep it professional. But yeah, the Steelers apparently meeting with Shedeur Sanders. Apparently, people are saying that Jalen Milroe could go higher than expected. Jackson Dart can go higher than expected. I'm not big on either one of those guys. I don't think both of them. I don't think both QBs are first round potential. But the Steelers need a quarterback, and are they going to really let Jackson Dart fall to the Browns? And at 32, if the Browns want him, but yeah, the Steelers need a quarterback, and they're dicking around with Aaron Rodgers. Again, I'm sorry for cussing, but they are. They're waiting on Aaron Rodgers to make a choice. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers is doing. This at least gives the Steelers a quarterback, but this is just like the Kenny Pickett situation again, I feel. I don't know. Chargers, I had them taking a receiver. Hook'em Horns, Matthew Golden had a really good combine. I'm high on Matthew Gordon. I think he will be doing very well in the NFL. I think he would be a great option for Justin Herbert in that offense. Gives Herbert another weapon, like I just said. And Matthew Golden's fast, and he's got good hands, I think. I hope that's right. I hope I just didn't say a lie. Packers. Who did I have the Packers selecting? Oh, I think I had them taking. Yep, I had them taking Walter Nolan. Get some help on that interior of the Green Bay line. They don't go offense in the first round. They have Kenny Clark. He's getting up there in age. And I was going to have them take a cornerback, but the problem was there wasn't a corner that was, I felt like, to the Packers, worthy of going to the Packers at 23. So I'm like, hey, we'll give him Walter Nolan, give him some depth on that D line. Kenny Clark getting up there in age, so why not do that? So that's what I elected to do there. Minnesota Vikings, again, giving them help in the O-line. I'm giving them Gray Zabel Jr. He has position flexibility. He can play guard, he can play center, he can play tackle. That guy can move all over the field, or the positions, rather. That's not me playing Madden. That's from the GMs or the scouts that are saying that. Vikings, you saw that O-line get obliterated by the Rams. Gray Zabel comes in, and he's going to help fix that problem. Not right away, but he'll help you fix that problem, give you some depth there. He'll give you some depth there. Houston Texans, I had them selecting Josh Simmons, a tackle from Ohio State. He's coming off an injury. Texans need help at O-line. They just traded Laremy Tunsil. Can't believe I forgot about that trade. They just lost Laremy Tunsil. you got to replace him somehow. I mean, Josh Simmons, Ohio State, that gives CJ Stroud a familiar face probably. If Josh Simmons was there at Ohio State, they need tackle. They need help on that O-line drastically. So we're going to give them Josh Simmons. The Rams, we're going to give them Jahan Barron. How about another Texas Longhorn? That's 3 going in the first round. Jahan Barron, I'm hearing he's more like a nickel. He's more like the nickelback or the slot corner type thing. Rams could use one of those guys, I think. I'm blanking on the Rams corner. And I felt Jahan Barron is a first round pick. And I'm like, oh, the Rams need a corner? We'll give him Jahan Barron. He can play the nickel for them. I don't know if the Rams have a nickel corner or whatnot or a slot guy. But yeah, Jahan Barron, he could probably play some. I heard from Bengal he could play safety too if you needed him to. But go watch Bengal. Bengal knows Hook'em Horns, Jared Barron more than I do, unfortunately. Ravens, I have them selecting Malachi Starks. This feels like a Baltimore Raven, if you ask me. They have Kyle Hamilton, but who's their other safety? Yeah, I don't know, because I'm not a Ravens fan. If I was a Ravens fan, I would probably know that. Guys, I'm a fan of the Dolphins. I know our roster inside and out. You ask me the Ravens roster, I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? Again, I've been trying to keep it PG, and I'm going cussing. I might have to blurp these cusses out. Man, I'm truly sorry. But yeah, Malachi Starks, Georgia defender. Ravens could use a dog in that to pair with Kyle Hamilton. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The Lions. Who did I get the Lions? I forgot. Was I gonna give them a receiver? I forget who I was giving the Lions. Man, I did this early in the morning too. I prepped this out. Do I just give them Donovan and call it? Or did I get? I don't forget. Who did I give them? I'm sorry. This is unprofessional, chat. I'm sorry. Well, I forget. I might just give them Donovan Esquire and call it. By the way, who is this Omar Norman Lawton? Is he good? Been hearing about him the last couple weeks. You know what? We'll just give him Donovan Esquire. That's who I've been giving him. I forgot. Was I giving him a guard? You know what? I'm just gonna do it. There we go. Where is he? Nope, he's not here. Tackle, Donovan Jackson. There you go. There you go. Donovan Jackson can play tackle, can play guard. Lions need that. Oh, I could have given him Jahad Campbell. That's who I probably gave him. Man. Well, whatever. We're going to go with Donovan Jackson. Can play guard, can play tackle. Lions need help on the interior. I think I gave him Jahad Campbell, and I effed it up. My bad. We're just going to give Jahad Campbell to the Commanders. I kind of butchered that. My mistake there. Yeah, Jahad Campbell. I don't think I was going to give him to the Commanders, but they get another good linebacker. And then the Bills, I had them selecting Derek Harmon. Seems like he's kind of falling out of that first round range. Seems like he's falling into the second round. But you pair him with Ed Oliver. Chiefs go with tackle Josh Conerly Jr. Josh Conerly Jr. They need help at tackle. They also need help at guard. Maybe Tyler Booker could be in play there. But we'll give him a tackle because you can't win without the trenches. I think the Chiefs know that. And then I gave Donovan Ereku to the Eagles, the BC edge. Now I got to figure out I got to stop sharing my screen so I can X out because I don't know why that does it on PFF. But yeah, Donovan Esquire helped the Eagles get their trenches more. Honestly, looking at this mock draft, I don't think it's that bad. I think this is a good mock draft. I think this is probably one of my better mock drafts. But comment down below. What does your team need? Who did I nail your team's pick right? Am I an idiot for giving you a player? Comment down below. Let's have some engagement down in that comment section. Please help me because I only know my team, the Miami Dolphins. I want to get more educated with your guys' team. So please help me so I don't sound like an idiot on here, okay? Thank you. Anyway, hit subscribe. When you guys like subscribe, you guys want to make me keep doing this, leave comments in the YouTube. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And let's have some discussions. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. want you to have a great day or have a great night, depending on when you're watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm out.